Okay, let's start. What's we talking about today?
Okay,
Hi, Heidi.
Yeah, hi. So today we're going to talk about how to stay fit and healthy with one of our very most innovative weight management program on the market. It's called Transformation in 90 Days, TR90. So I guess it's one of our lifetime mission to stay in fit in our beach bodies all year round, right?
Of course, who doesn't want to have a wonderful body today,
So what is stopping us? I guess it's a $1 million question, right? We all want to have this beautiful beach body, but sometimes we just can't, or there is something stopping us from wanting this look and having this healthy lifestyle. And of course, because sometimes we lack of sleep, we are due to work or a lot of family affairs, entertainment, nightlife, like I did. And then when we have no time, then our meals, what we eat, will sacrifice. We will have no time to make our own healthy meals, and then we will go to have fast food like Big Macs or French fries and very delicious sodas, and which is often very high in cholesterol, fat, and sugar. And then when we get home, then we are, after a long day of work, we feel very tired. We just want to sit back and enjoy our Netflix on TV or TV. And so we're lack of exercise. And over the time, what is the result? The result is in America alone, 69% of the population is overweight. And more seriously, is 1 out of 3 is in obese. So when we look at our family, is it similar? So my family is, more or less. This is a statistic research by United States Center of Disease Control. And the serious thing is, this is not only happening in adults, as the trend is America is getting fatter. It's also happening to the youth. When I look at my kids, that they are not even an adult or teenage, and I feel that they are getting fat after moving from Hong Kong to Canada. And of course, because there are so much more options of fast food in our culture. When we go to Costco or Walmart, the frozen meal section is like so long, and we can simply, I saw people like they were buying like all frozen meals, like pizza for one night, spaghetti one night, pies for one night, and stuff always there. I'm not sure that they are not healthy, but if we get to choose, if we have more time, maybe we can have a choice of preparing better food, like better options when we know what to choose. So when we are getting out of control, we want to have a diet, or we want to talk about weight management, we want to know that there were ways that we, in the past, that I made that mistake too. When I was my teenager or my early 20s, I often go on the weight every night to check my weight. I'm not sure. How about you? So when I added, I have increased 2 pounds, and I thought, oh my gosh, I got fat, And then when I woke up in the morning, I lost some weight, and then I feel good today. I'm a looking good day. So in old way of thinking is, we will look at our weight. The weight will determine whether I'm fat or not. So the scientific thinking is that actually our body fat is the factor that is very important in affecting how we look and our body shape. So when we look at, see here, there are 2 men. One is a basketball athlete, and he's 191 centimeters high and 91 kilograms in weight. And on the right hand side is a politician, and obviously he has no time to exercise. So same height, and he's only 2 pounds 1 kilograms heavier than the basketball athlete. And you can see that he is more like a huggable person, like warm person, and bigger in size. So which one do we want to be? Do we care about the numbers, whether I'm 91 or 92 kilograms? Of course, no. As long as I'm looking like the purple guy on the left, I'm good, right? So the new thinking is we are going to look at our body fat more seriously, because that is the crucial factor for affecting how we look. And also for the woman, this lady is same size, no, same weight, same height, but looking very different. So if I ask you, which one do you want to be, Irene?
Of course, the right hand side.
Yeah. So so on the left hand side, sometimes in winter we can be covered with sweater or shirt, or winter jackets. But in summer we cannot hide, right? It's so hot. Irene said, "It's so hot. It's so hot. I need to get rid of my jacket. I need to get rid of my long shirt. I can only show off my body. So if I have a body on the right hand side, I can show off, right? But on the left hand side, I cannot show off. I can show off my fat. So that's why we always want to have we will want to look at our body fat in the long run for better shape. So scientific is when we look at body fat, it may be the same weight as the muscle, but in terms of size, it is very big. So easier, if I want to explain to you, is the more extreme example is when we compare the same weight, 1 kilogram of gold or 1 kilogram of cotton candy. Of course, the size is gold is smaller and the cotton candy is very. So that's why when we look at weight as a measurement of our body, whether we are healthy or not, it is not very correct. We have to look at our body fat. And moving forward, the reason why muscle is very important when we talk about management is that muscle will help us burn calories and faster than fat. That is amazing. When we know this is why that we have to build muscle faster than burning fat. Okay, of course, the combination of two is the best. So, what does this mean for us? For example, if I'm a very fat lady, if I eat 2 Big Macs and I go to sleep, the next morning I might not be able to burn off all those calories. Whereas if I'm a very athletic person, I've got all this muscle in me. So at nighttime, even though after I eat 2 Big Macs, although it's not recommended, my body muscle also be able to burn off those calories when I sleep. This is why having all muscle in our body is very important, because we want to continue to eat. We don't want to think that having that starving and feelings all the time, right? So we want to eat and we want muscle. And continue to eat, the muscle will help us to build the calories. Okay, so how about what is fat ratio? What is the ideal percentage? When we look at men, it is 17%. So how about lady? Because we have the boobs and we have the the butts, so we will have a little bit higher percentage ratio. And for a woman, when we have 23% of body fat, and it is considered the best ideal for a woman. Of course, if I'm an athlete person, I work out every single day, and I will have more packed meat muscle, I can get down to 14 to 16%, which is very extreme for a woman. So sometimes, when I was very skinny, people always say that I look very skinny. But in reality, I never have my body fat lower than 23. So what does it mean? Very often, when we look okay or slightly fat, in reality, we are already fatter than we're supposed to be. You get what I mean, right? So when we look okay, when we look like slim, sometimes there are some hidden fat in our body that will keep us from being in our best shape. Why when we get old, it is very common. When we get old, I feel like I cannot burn all those calories as I did when I was young. Do you have that feeling? So when I was young, I eat everything, but I still can. I'm not sure about you, Irene.
Oh my gosh. So now I'm in the 5s, right? 50s. And then I can't eat as much. I used to eat 2 big plates and don't feel anything. So, but now I need to be concerned about everything I eat.
Yeah, because our gene expression, it is not whether we are lucky or not. So according to our genes expressions, it will affect how we burn off our fat, or how our body works in terms of calories. So it's actually a very scientific way that when we get older, it's easier for us to get fat. It is not a rocket science, okay? So it is how our body is designed. Our body weight go out of control usually when we are after, like, say 40 years old, 中年发福, middle age, we get fat. Very common when after, like, we have union, high school reunion, after a few years you didn't meet your classmates, boom, suddenly you cannot recognize them. Ding, the appearance, attractiveness go down, and then their weight go up. The reason I will tell you later, but in general, our body has a genetic catered for stone age, where we have to hunt our food and we don't have a regular eating pattern. So every morning I have to wonder if I'm going to be fed. So what happens is our body will store a lot of fat, so that for us, we will not burn off our calories as easily. So when we are hungry, our body will burn calories first, and then it will burn fat, because to our body, our brain will tell our body, Heidi, your calories is not helping you, because you are starving yourself, you are not going to get any food. And the calories will burn, the muscle will burn your calories as soon as possible, will make you hungry. So our body will burn, when we are hungry, our brain will burn off the muscle and store the fat. That is very important. Do not starve ourselves when we want to lose weight or manage our weight. And but modern days, we live in a space age where chocolate bar and snacks and coffees, any fattening food we want is within our arm's length. Maybe on our drawer in the office with some snack bars, right? We don't even need to walk. Don't talk about hunting, okay? So we are being fed regularly, but our body, our genes didn't change. So this is why in modern days we get fat and very often out of control. That is the reason why. So after 40, our body will lose 8% of muscle after every 10 years. So this is why very important at the very critical age when we are 40, we have to really start looking at our eating habits, because our body is not as youthful and functioning as well as before, because we will have to actively to build our muscle, even to keep our muscle at the same level. So this is why we have to start looking at taking healthy food and exercise regularly. And so now we talk about the concepts of old and the new weight management program, and we talk about how bad we are eating habits. And often it comes to a time I realize that, oh, ding ding, it's time, I need to diet. That means I need to control my food. I know I need to stop eating so much. And very often the problem with diet, to stop eating certain type of food or eating less food or controlling my appetite or controlling our food intake, will cause a major problem. Is while it helps us to lose weight, but it also help us to lose our muscle, which is very important for us, right? It will lose fat, but at the same time losing muscle, which means when I have no more muscle, once I eat regularly, consume normal calories, I will gain back the weight. And sometimes, very often, I will weigh more than before, and which is what we call yo-yo dieting. This is what I usually used to do when I was in my teenager and in my 20 years old. I often have this problem. When I try to eat grapefruit or a cup of green peas, can you imagine how horrible that is? With boiled green peas. So bad. Oh my gosh. And then I really lost weight. At the same time, I lost fat, I lost muscle, I feel ugly and tired all the time. And I did reach my goal for certain weight. But then after I consume food again on my regular pattern, my weight will automatically jump back up. And then I will go diet again. And then, all this roller coaster. Have you experienced that, Irene? What is your most crazy diet thing that you did?
I don't do a lot of diets. The crazy is the protein. Maybe I didn't do much of the crazy diet
Oh,
myself.
okay. I because you were always been skinny, but I had a time where I gained a lot of weight because I was on pills. What do you call that? Contraceptive pills. When I was
Right.
very young, just to get good skin because I had very bad skin, and the doctor said, "Oh, this contraceptive pills will help you to have this glow and woman hormones and stuff like that." And I feel like I always want to eat Maltesers and M&Ms all the time. Like I can like 2 minutes, I finish the whole pack. Like
I
and
have that tendency to eat a lot of things, but
yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that was a past, and so the scientific thinking is that fat is not only measured by weight. Okay, it is also by the way how our skin, the fat on our. I don't know how do you call this, like the thickness of our skin or the fat or the meat on our body, or the measurements with the measuring tape, but also a BMI, our body mass index, our weight. So it's not only the numbers on the weight. And sometimes people say, "Oh, I don't need to look good. I don't need bikinis anymore. I live in like so cold places, and I'm not a show off person. I don't need new nice dress like Irene." But being healthy, reducing fat is responsibility for our family, because when we have a lot of fat in our body, the world and it will lead to chronic diseases. This is a research uh, announcement made by the World Health Organization. Fat is the source of death from disease of cancer, stroke, heart disease, and diabetes. And when we are fat and we don't take care of ourselves, our family will worried about us. All right, so this is why we will encourage every one of us in the family to eat healthily. It doesn't matter TR90 or not. It's fantastic to watch what we eat, and to have regular exercise. All right. I'm not talking about like intense diet or extreme eating patterns, but being conscious and mindful of what we're eating and what we are putting in our tummy is a good habit to start. And what is the eating problems, dieting problems? I used to be a big fan of diet. I thought it was useful, but usually there are some issues that when we go diet. So the willpower is very important. If you have zero power, you won't even get started, right? We're just thinking about it will scare me off. Oh no, diet, no chocolate, no way, right? And also we have this cravings. Craving is like, oh my gosh, this pack of chips in the pantry is calling me when I'm on Netflix. When you start this, this movie, or the Netflix sound introduction, you immediately think about getting popcorns, reaching for that Coke in the fridge. That this is not our body telling us I'm hungry. It's the cravings that our brain is telling me that I need to go and eat. And that bubble tea is telling me that I need to order extra large with full sugar. That is the problem of our cravings. Sometimes it is not our body telling us that we are hungry. It's the mind that's controlling that the want, the desire to eat. And also there's the mood. Who else have you experienced being angry in the morning when you're hungry? Have you?
I
The
am a
hang.
hangry person.
Yeah.
Nadine, we're going to tell you that.
Yes, hungry. When you're angry, you feel you because you're hungry. Lily and Chow always like that. Anyway, my sister, and we have lack of energy when we are on diet. I remember when I used to skip breakfast in the morning, I always felt sleepy and didn't know why. And I thought it was lack of sleep, but in reality, we are what we eat. When my car has no fuel, it cannot run. When my body has no food, I still run, right? But I will be on very low energy and very tired, and it will affect our productivity at home, at work, or and everything. So that is a problem with on diet. And so when we talk about our body, this is a slide, I don't know why it's here. So are you sometimes maybe you think that you are very fit, but when we look at our body, we might look okay, satisfying appearance, especially when there are so many fat people around us, comparatively, I look okay, I'm so small. Usually the Asians has this advantage because we are short, we are petite, and we think that we are skinny. But in real life, sometimes our fat is stored inside our organs, maybe in liver or lungs or our stomach, intestines. There are a lot of fat stored inside our body that will lead to long-term disease. And what is the solution? Of course, some people will do extreme exercise, going to the gym like 4 hours a day. Of course, you can do that. But come on, in reality, how many of us can do that? I think 1 in 100, maybe, or even less. So the solution with TR90 is we are going to lose the fat and build the muscle at the same time. So success in the TR90 is not just about the scale. It is about the inches that we can lose everywhere, not just waist, our arm, our thighs, even our neck sometimes. And it's sometimes we are talking about our dress size. We can wear 1 or 2 size smaller. Of course, we are not promoting like size 0 here. If I'm on a size 16, of course, I would like to be a size 10, right? It's promoting, we are not going for extreme diet. We talk about, oh, I want to be 0, 0. But losing the size is absolutely a good way to measure our success with weight management. And also the pants size. Bernard is in his sweatpants, and it was like, oh, my pants is like falling, and he was so proud of it. And then it's also to measure our fat on our outside our body, under our skin. And don't just lose weight. We want to transform our life, our body into a very healthy and fit lifestyle, and discover the better of us, the best in us. So we're going to introduce to you the weight management programs. This is a body shaping system that will not only to have a better body, but also to help our mind for a leaner and younger look of us. So what is AgeLoc? AgeLoc is a science that we will target the signs of aging. Do you remember, as I mentioned before, after 40 years old, our genes expressions will just tend to make us fatter because the gene is not working towards us. Whatever I'm eating, the gene is helping me to keep that fat. And whatever exercise I'm working, the gene is not helping me to burn those calories because my metabolism drops. Okay, so our AgeLoc technology is not is a very innovative science which is approved by Discovery Channel, which is a very well-known what a program for researching in the new science, and our scientists and our technology, our laboratories is being interviewed by Discovery Channel and announcing that our AgeLoc technology is very new in helping us in anti-aging, to fighting our youth with against our genes. Okay, it is not going to change our genes, but it is influencing our gene expressions so that even though I'm 40, my gene expressions will still work like they are 20. This is the trick, okay? So this is Discovery Channel. You can see that all the scientists over here is from Nu Skin. And so TR90 is targeting the source of aging so that it is not only to help to lose weight. It is, later we are going to explain a little bit more. Sometimes you might challenge, is TR90 or AgeLoc a very safe and, ingredients, you can see that our products, not only TL90, New Skin has other supplements that is being listed on PDR, which is like a dictionary that is used by a lot of doctors. Although our products is not a medicine, but our products is very safe, very effective, and reliable way to help normal people, general public, or even patients to improve their health. So it has a amazingly high standard. So this is why it is being listed on PDR. Of course, being safe and effective and reliable, all these factors is very important for all of our products, especially true for weight management program. Because in the past, we have seen a lot of our friends, they are dying to lose weight, that sometimes they go to extreme measures, extremes program, like not like fasting for 30 days or going to suck the fat out of our body in the clinic. Or sometimes I did is I went to a doctor, which is not a very professional doctor, not a doctor with a very good integrity. So he will prescribe me with pills for very fat people so that I can lose the fat, but he didn't really check whether I really need those. So that's why TL90 is very safe that for us to use. And of course, we have to look at some programs because our product is not being advertised anywhere. You cannot see celebrities or models talking about our products because New Skin do not pay advertisement for those celebrities and those for us. And for us, we are the brand speak person for the products. So this is Arnold. This is when a photo where he was taken in his 40s. So you can see that very clearly. There are some Chinese I forgot to change. His weight is before TL90 is 63.8 kilograms, and after TL90 his weight actually increased by 5%. So you can see that sometimes our weight will increase because muscle is heavier than fat, and his fat dropped for almost 8%. Very impressive results. And also very important for the long lasting results is that his muscle also increased 3.4 percentage. And of course, the visceral fat is the fat that inside our organs, the fat inside our body. Those are very difficult to get rid of. No matter how much you run, you cannot get rid of the fat inside your liver from all the food or the steak that we ate. Okay. And other more examples is a university student, Brian. He took the TL90 for 90 days. I'm sorry, that was a mistake there. And for my mom, he took TL90 for 30 days. You can see that it doesn't matter you are in your 20s or 70s, TL30 and TL90 still works for us. And of course, I cannot show you without not showing you our photos, right? We are the speaker for our products. So Irene did her TL90 for 60 days. And how do you feel, Irene?
It's great. So it's seeing, changes is always exciting, right? So it's wonderful.
I think it's amazing when you fit your dancing dress, you can see that you lost your tummy, right?
Totally focus in the tummy. Always
Yeah.
my focus.
So for me, I was this is before this is after I had my second baby, and I thought I was still okay, not too fat, not too skinny, and I could hide my big uh, hip kind of area pretty good with my like mini skirts. I still have good legs like after a half of my bottom down from my thighs. And but after TL90, I really like the results. I didn't lose a lot of weight, but I think the whole figure itself is TL90 helped me build a lot of muscles, whereas it was very difficult for me to do because I didn't like to eat a lot of meat. But the TL90 shake helped me to build my muscle after I did some moderate exercise. It's so much, the program fasting make it easier, the results of my diet plan or like eating plan, and also the workout plan. So what it means, the traditional results, what happens when we lose weight is we will lose our metabolism. And And for our TL90, we will keep and increase our metabolism burn to burn off our fat, while I will also increase my muscle. Okay, so with muscle, the important is that I'm going to get a very lean, toned, and healthier body. So this is another example of a Westerner, a young girl. She has lost only 4 pounds, but her body looks so much sexier and yummy, right? So which body do you want?
Of course, the yummy, sexy body, even though it's way more, right?
Yes, yes, yes. So how do we do it? Now I want to introduce Irene to explain to us, because this program, TL90, is being sold worldwide. It's being sold in Asia and Latin America, Europe, and North America. So today we are going to explain to you the TL90 and how we are going to use it for when you purchase it and when you live in North America, fitting the lifestyle and eating habits for people who live in America. All right, and Irene has a lot of experience with her team, and this is a best for her to learn from her. How can she make TL90 so easy? Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. I can't say it's too easy, but it's not too difficult if we put our actions. So I cannot move the slide. Okay, so TL90 is, it's a science, as Heidi talked about. It's not magic pill. So it won't, magically, I buy the TL90 and I would be done. It is almost like you are getting your, machines. It's like I get the best machines, exercise machine. Even if you don't use it properly, and maybe have a trainer to help you advise you how to use properly, and you have the machine, it doesn't matter. So because it's only a tool. So we're talking about TR90 is a weight management whole system. It has three things. The first section is innovation product. So in the product section, actually, it covers full range of things. And then we have a jumpstart. It's really help our mind and body. We have fit, and we have control, and we have the shape. So it's completely a mind and body control, and then help us to give us a full solutions. So, I'm going to explain each of them a little bit later. So Heidi, can you keep moving? I cannot do this. Okay, so this is TR90 kits. So we are talking about explain a little bit about for you. So you have a 90-day kits, or you also have a TR30-day kits. So and we talked about it. So what is the jumpstart? The jumpstart, actually, it is a drink. So it's all natural herbal ingredients like pomegranates, red oranges, pickled peas, and all these good stuff. And actually, it's to help prime the machines or get you the engine prepared. So when you start racing, you want to make sure your machine is getting ready. So this is really is helping you ready for success. So it's a 15 days for it to get started. And then the next one is control. And I'm talking about, we always have the craving. I want to eat this. It's help us also have very natural ingredient like cocoa, bean powder, hot cherry, pomegranates, and etc. to help you control our craving, so our mind. So at least when we started, why we have a 90 days to get us into the routine. So we want to control our cravings. So this is the control. The next one we have is the fit. The fits also have a green tea, red orange, it's extra from onions and citrus, etc. So it's help us increase metabolism. So when you do exercise, when you're going to get our body going, so how to help us faster result. So the fit is acting field to our engines, so we can run faster and make it more efficient. Okay. Then the next one is the most important one also is we talk about proteins, right? We want to increase muscle. So protein, it is the one that's going to give us the muscle. And also we need to continuously eat protein. Protein cannot be stored. So that's why we need to continuous intake, and we also make sure we get the best protein. So with the shapes that offer, the trim shapes, which have both the chocolate taste or the vanilla taste, and it's super tasty. And then my friend Lisa, she bought a different one. So I'm going to give it a try. The other one seems maybe cheaper. Let me try it. And then she said, I cannot drink that. And then she said, I need to come back to this trim shakes because it's so yummy. So that is a very good thing too, to have it. It's not only good, but also yummy. Another thing is that they have an option of green shakes. So nowadays, everybody is saying, hey, I'm a vegan, I'm gluten, I am lactose intolerant, I'm vegetarian, I cannot digest soy. So this green shake is the best version for people that are vegans or have any of those intolerance. So that's a great, great choice. So the next one, we're talking about the eating plan. So it's very, very simple eating plans. So including, 3-2-1 structure. So you have the supplement of the feed 3 times a day, and then you'll have a protein source. So we want to make sure we intake 30 to 6 grams of protein every day. So make sure you can get from the shake or you can get from the meal. We're talking about that. And then twice a day, we're going to have the control supplement, and you're going to have 2 snacks a day. And then once a day, we're going to have a jump start, and we'll also have, a great meal included. So I'm going to talk about that next, exactly how it works a day in the life. So next slide. Can you click? Oh, I can click now. So how we do it in a day. So when we start in the morning, to jump start, we're going to have, drinks. So you mix them and then, hot and cold. And then we have 1 capsule of fit, 2 capsule of control, and then the shake. That's morning. So in the noon time, we have 1 capsule of fit and then 1 shake. And then at the evening, we have 1 capsule of fit, 2 capsule control, and a nice meal of protein intakes. Okay, so I'm going to explain it in a graphical in the next slide. Okay, so basically the guiding principle is very simple. Everybody heard about it, but we need to make sure we are aware it, constantly reminding ourselves. Constant protein intakes, calorie, and then make sure we select the best choice of options. So a lot of people say, oh, are you talking about, am I going to be hungry? Am I going to be, can I eat meat? Yes, we need to have meat, and you will not go hungry because I love food. And is it will be troublesome, or can I just eat one kind of food because, like Heidi mentioned, this is the pea diet, or I have the protein, only protein, one kind of food, and that is hard. But what we want is a healthy, constant diet. So we are going to have a variety of food. For me, I just cannot just eat one kind of food. I'm a food lover. People know me will know that. So that is not possible for me. So we're talking about a healthy variety of food intakes. So when we're talking about right now, it's graphically talking about it, breakfast, shake, snack, and lunch shakes, another snack, and then a great meals, and then snacks. That's what we are talking about. So let's talking about potential meal plan. So the idea is that, we are going to wake up in the morning and I am so lazy and just get a shake so I can get myself already burning zone right away. So I consume, and then I'm going to consume the snacks every 2 to 3 hours. And then I'm going to, make sure we constantly provide the protein burning. So in the morning and lunch, we're talking about with the shake. So I like variety. You can just drink it as it is. So the trim shake or green or the chocolates, whatever you want. But I also like it to make it a little bit more fun. So in the morning, I can add it in my coffee. That's easy. So it's almost like a latte kind of vanilla latte kind of feel to it because I have the vanilla. And also I'm going to have add the green tea or you have the green shake. So I try all of them. They are all very good. Even the green shake is pretty tasty for me. But afterwards, I find that the vanilla for me is the most variety. So I can mix it with all kind of different fruit, different flavor, and then make it fun for me. So that is the shake. And then we talk about snack. Everybody knows the more protein focused snack. And the dinner idea is a meal portion is that make sure we have 60 grams of protein. the protein of 60 grams can come in from the meat protein or non-meat proteins, right? So all of the about a fist of meat is a palm shade is about 30 grams, is a fist shade is about 30 grams. So if we have the meat protein recommended, you have balanced meat protein and non-meat protein, and then you have come out with 60 grams. So that is how you do the measurement with your hand. So each, the big one then have more, and then the carbohydrate, the grain is one fist, and then the fruit and vegetable in one fist. So that is how we measure the portion of our meals. So that's very easy. You can eat at home and dine out and variety. I like to cook. So those are some sample of my cooking, basically it's pretty easy. So it's variety of them, and you going out to eat. So you can see all kind, I like all kind of food, Indians, Japanese, shabu-shabus, and burgers, all of that to be able to. So you see, for example, the hamburger or sandwich, you have the meat, you have the veggie, and you have some cheese or eggs in there, and then you have carbohydrates. So all of this included as a healthy diet at home or eating out. So there's no limit, of what you can do. It's so variety. So you will never go hungry. Actually, Heidi mentioned one thing. Never let yourself go hungry. That is not what this is about. So I love this because I love food, and I never go hungry. I just snack all day long. So I also give you some examples. I said, okay, just go out and get food. And let's thinking about, fun. What is the category of this food? Remember we talked about meat protein, non-meat protein, carbohydrates, and vegetable. So definitely everybody know this is a meat protein. And all of these are non-meat proteins, like, tofu is good, cheese, eggs, and cheese, yogurt, milk. Sometimes we drink the milk as well. So that's a non-meat protein we can get. Okay, look at these. What category is there? It sounds like vegetable, right? So in grocery, you're going to see them in vegetable section, but they are actually all green carbohydrates. So make sure you don't mistake that.
You talk a bit about that. How do we know that it's carbohydrate? It's when a fruit-like plant, when you boil it for a long time, it becomes mushy or mushy. Like all these, when you boil the potato for a long time, it will become like
powdery,
yeah.
mushy. Yes.
Yes. So those will be carbohydrate.
Wonderful. Right. Thank you for the tips. So the next one is that, the top is the bean. The bean actually is a protein, and then non-meat protein. The lower part of the beans are vegetables. See, it's different, right?
I think the top part bean is
non-fat protein.
It's carbohydrate, darling.
Oh, carbohydrate?
Red bean soup, Chinese style. When we cook red bean, the longer we cook, it will become mushy, right?
The top part is a carbohydrate. Good to know. So I didn't realize that myself. So thank you for fixing me. On the left-hand side on the bottom is the vegetable, the small corn, but the big corn is considered carbohydrate. So we all need to know about that. So of the vegetable, the fruit, okay, and then actually the last one actually is a non-meat protein, the nuts. So again, so we're looking at that is that we need to make sure we are constantly in the burning zone. The traditional meal is a 3 meal. Let's upgrade. Actually, you only have 3 hours of burning zone. And then for our new, our enhanced one, we have breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack, and we will have 15 hours of burning zone. Imagine all of your fat burning 15 hours versus 3 hours. Which one you want to choose, right? That is so important. So there are some tips, and I'm not going to go through them a lot. So, but basically you remember is that don't skip meals. Right? So, and then start morning with the TR90 shapes, and then we are going to consume all good food category. And then actually, we eat slower. And that's the importance to make sure we have the good habit to eat slower and start hydrated, and then choose the best options. So the not eating too much of deep fry and high fiber, even carbohydrate or fruit, and watermelon have a high sugar. So we're trying to avoid some of the not so good meat. Even meats, the red meat is less good compared to the chicken, the white meat, etc. So these are the things that we consider, so we be aware of and continue to consistently. So basically, we talking about the food. The last section is active lifestyle. So we need to keep ourselves moving. So actually, we want to have minimum 30 to minutes of exercise. So when we talk about exercise as a habit, it's a simple exercise. Any time is most important. It's different than we need to go to the gym to do a lot of exercise, vigorous exercise. That's not what we want. But we want to have consistent, simple, both aerobic and anaerobic exercise to burn fat and increase muscle. So what we're talking about here. So a habit of exercise, so we want to develop. So we're talking about 90 days, you're going to build a habit. So that's why in the 90 day, we want to consistent. So we can continue to build a habit. So we want to do something is easy. So like go out to walk for 30 minutes, so you hang out with a friend. So we all have the garden, go walk outside and then hike more stairs. And those are the simple exercise we do. So, and then we know that there's a lot of muscle we build. So how to build muscle? So those are non-aerobic exercise like squats. So this is talking about how to do squat correctly. So actually there's plenty of YouTubes and things like that to show you all that, right? So make sure you do a simple one. You can, instead of watching TV, you can do this, thyself. Huh? I cannot control
What
it.
happened? What's happening?
I don't know. I cannot control. Can you control?
You are controlling my screen.
I cannot. Not control.
Okay. You don't touch it. I'll do it.
Okay. Okay. Now I can control. Okay. So I think you lose the control now for me. So now I can do it, I think. So now we can do a push-up, so simple push-ups and plank, that's just, tell you how to do it, and sit-ups and also the resistance band. These are very simple exercise. You don't need a lot of space. You can do it anytime. So this is important to keep that going. So, and also we always promising clinical results. We know that, that is a very, very significant increase the body weight, and we have the proven on that. And we know we will get results. And then Nu Skin is super generous, and then they have very confidence on their products and program. So they said 90-day guarantee. There is a guarantee in United States. If you use the product 90 days as instructed, and I really recommend you to get the program guide. So we're going to teach you how to do it, and then you can submit a guarantee request. There is a document exactly teach you how to do it, sending the before and after photo, and continue to do that for 90 days. And if you don't have result, they guarantee you'll have a full refund, and then so you can use that credit to buy anything else. So that is super important, and then demonstrating how well, Nu Skin trusts them. So how do you want to feel and look? That is important. So hopefully you all going to have a wonderful, shade and look and good and feel healthy. Yay!
Thank you, Irene. I learned a lot from you from the meal plans as well, and I'm going to definitely start after I breastfeed my baby. So I'm looking forward to every one of us, my friends and you and my family, to have a wonderful and healthy life forever. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, are you going to?
Let me stop.